Okay, thank you for joining me back on my YouTube channel. My name is Jacob, and in this video I'm going to explain how to swap values in Python. Now, swapping values are some common tasks in every programming languages, and while the most straightforward approach involving using extra variable, Python allows us to use some awesome techniques in order to swap values. Okay, so in this video I'm going to explain how to swap values of two variables using different methods, and the first one we are going to look at is the tuple unpacking. Now, the tuple unpacking, so let's say we have a variable where we say a is equals to 10, and we say b, okay, and we say b is equals to 5, for example. Now, for us to change the value of a to 5 and b to 10, what do? We use the tuple unpacking. How does it work? So here we can say we have the variable a here and we have b here. So, and then we are assigning them, reassigning them and changing their value. So instead of saying a, we say b, okay, and then we say a. So here we are assigning the value of b to a, okay, and then we are assigning the value of b to a. All right, so this is how it works. So when we print the two of them, when we print a and b, our value should be 5. So a is now 10 and b is now 10. Is now, yeah, b is now 10. So this is how the tuple unpacking works. Okay, and why this this is able to work is because it leverages on the fact that you can assign multiple variables at once using a tuple on the right hand side of assignment like this. Okay, all right, so then the values here are just reassigned. Okay, they are reassigned using a single line of code. Okay, and it makes it more simple, readable and concise. Now let's move on to using arithmetic operators. Now, by using arithmetic operators, we just minus and add and or. Okay, so how does that work? Let's comment this out. Okay, so how does that work? So we already have our variable, so all we need is we can just minus them. So where we say a minus b, okay, so remember that the value of a right now is 10 and we are minusing 5 from it, okay, with this line of code. Now when we now say b minus, sorry, equal to a minus b, okay, remember, so at this point we are also removing whatever is remaining here is what is 5, okay, so it's 5 that is remaining, and here we are also removing the 5. Okay, so when we now minus again, we now say a equal to a minus b, okay, and then we decide to print the both of them. What do we get? We will now have a is 0, okay, a is 0, I mean a is 5, b is 0. Okay, why am I having this here? A minus b, a minus b, a plus b. Sorry, I'm supposed to have plus here. Yeah, sorry. Okay, so yeah, so this is it. So here we are adding the value of a to the value of b, which make it 15. Okay, so when you now say 15 minus 5, it gives you 10. That means b is now 10. So when we now say a equals to a minus b, we are now saying that our 10 now, we are now minusing 5 from it. So at this point our value becomes a equals to 5 and b equals to 10. So this is how to swap values in Python using arithmetic operations. Now let's move further by looking at the bitwise operator. Okay, now let me comment this out. Now the bitwise operator, remember, uses the binary. Okay, the binary of 5, the binary of 10. So in this case, how does it work? Okay, we can say A equal to exclusive okay, so we can say A exclusive B, and then we can say B equal to A exclusive or B. The same thing again, we can say A equal to A exclusive or B. Okay, and then we print them. So, and what do we got? We have our A as 5 and B as 10. Now, why is this possible? So here we are dealing with integers, and the best method involves using the exclusive OR, which is this operator here. Okay, now this operator allows us to swap values without a temporary variable. Okay, now the exclusive, or what is doing here is using it result is 0. Okay, and then using this operator leaves the number unchanged. Okay, so it result is 0, and using this operator with 0 leaves the answer unchanged. So it's just the same way what is happening here, but at this level we are using the binary to minus, okay, from them. So because the result will be in 0, but because the result will be in 0, when using this operand, it leaves the numbers unchanged. So this is how to use the bitwise operators in Python when you want to change the value of two variables. Now let's move further by looking at the arithmetic operator expression. Okay, so let's say we want to exchange the value of two variables using mathematical expression. How do we do it? Okay, remember our A is equals to 10 and our B is equals to 5, so we can just say A equals to A, then plus B, then we are minusing the total of what is in B. Okay, so we can say B colon expression A. Okay, so when we now print the both of them, what we got, we still have our A as 5. So but what is really happening on this line of code here, this bracket here is what is first of all worked on. Okay, so here we are assigning the value of A to B. We are assigning the value of A to B here. That is what is happening in this bracket. Okay, and then we are minusing, okay, we are minusing from the sum of A. Okay, we are removing from the sum of A. So when you add A plus B together, we are having 15. So we are minusing whatever has been added to B here from the total sum, which then allows us to get a new value of A, which is 5, and then leaving B as 10. So this is how the mathematical expression work. Okay, and this is how to change two values using mathematical expression. Now the last one is when we want to use function in order to change or swap the value of two variables. How does it work? So we can define our functions, then our function name swap, then pass in our parameter A comma B, then we return. Okay, we return our parameter, so we say return. So instead of saying instead of asking the function to return A and B for us, we are just asking the function to return B comma A for us. Okay, and then when we now want to call the function, we can now say A comma B, which will be equal to our function, and then we are passing in the parameters. Okay, A comma B. Okay, and then when we print the A and B, what do we get? We are having A as 5 and B as 5. So what is happening basically here is, within our code, if we need to swap the variables, we can create a function that make the process more reusable. So you can see that we can reuse this function, okay, anywhere within our code. And then instead of returning a comma b, we are returning b comma a. Okay, we are returning b and a. All right, so that is how it works. So what is basically this function is doing is just hiding the swapping logic and returning the swap to value, making the code more readable, concise, and simplified. So these are different methods of how to swap values of two variables in Python, using functions, using mathematical expression, using the bitwise operator, using arithmetic operations, and using tuple. Join me for another interesting video by liking, subscribing, and sharing this video. Thank you, and see ya.